Welcome to Perth's #1 podcast. You're listening to the Jamo and Dylan Show.
Yeah, we're on the way to Dunsborough. Little mad trip with the boys. We're celebrating.
G'day guys and welcome back to the Jamo and Dylan Show. It is episode 176. Wow.
It's a lot, mate.
It's massive. It's huge.
176 episodes.
I'm excited. I'm very excited today. It's a shout out to the audio listeners. Who's Punching has been moved on to the YouTube
It's becoming
realm.
its own YouTube series,
It
you
is.
know.
It has succeeded on TikTok very well.
It does great on TikTok.
You were saying every video is getting minimum 200,000 views.
Yeah, it's wild.
So imagine that on YouTube.
Engagement's great. So we're gonna separate it. It's gonna become its own
entity.
own video every week. 10 minutes long. I don't know, maybe a bit more.
Yeah, we'll
Pop
see.
it out probably on a Thursday night. We'll see how we go. So yeah, that's how you get your Who's Punching fix.
Indeed.
Full episode.
You
So
will go to
audio listeners
YouTube.
go to YouTube and watch
subscribe on that, and then you won't miss it every week. Turn on the notification thing so you do not
Who's
miss it.
Punching its own series. It's become its own baby. That's
People
how
love
successful it is.
And we'll also, we don't want you DMing us Who's Punching anymore because it has cooked our Instagram completely. So we're going to have to find a new method, whether
because
it's
when
email
they
or
see it on TikTok and just DM us straight away,
Yeah.
they go crazy. People
they
beg
do.
for it. It
They
is
do.
wild.
But yeah, it'll be good for you audio listeners to not have to put up with the radio silence and the using your imagination when sometimes we don't describe it properly. Because we were good at the start describing, and then as we went on, I think we sort of stopped a bit.
Yeah.
But anyway, no, it's good for you guys, and we will be trialing a couple of new segments today, so let us know how they
We'll
go.
see how we go.
And
A
it'll
few
be
were sent
purely,
in, some good ideas.
yeah, if you like them, there's a massive fly on me. Massive blow. You know the big
Yeah, they're
blow
disgusting,
flies?
eh?
I hate them.
They have a presence about them, bro.
They shouldn't be alive or around. Like, what good do they do?
I don't know.
Someone
I don't know
told
what
me
flies do.
I was expressing my dislike towards ants a while ago.
And he's like, no, they're actually vital for the ecosystem.
They are.
What do they do?
Something under the ground. They like keep the. I'm not sure. I'm not a scientist. Again, we need a scientist on. We're
Trying to
begging.
get an Egyptian man on it, an
Australian man who loves the Egyptian culture.
Yeah.
And pyramids.
Obsessed with it.
And yeah.
I mean, he has been on Schultz, Flagrant, and Rogan. So if he came on ours,
if
I'd
he
be
was on
surprised.
Rogan, he's the real deal, isn't
But
he?
Rogan's, I checked 20,000 followers. I feel bad for him. Like, if you've been on Rogan, I'd want to explode.
That's what we're talking about. Spotify podcast.
If Rogan was on YouTube, this dude would be on 100K. So we'll see how we go.
But yeah, we're excited.
Hopefully he replies.
We're excited for the future. Let us know how these new segments go. We'll pull them out soon. I just want to tell you guys a little story about what happened to me yesterday. So, driving in my car on the highway, right? Now, quite often you'll see someone like flick a bit of rubbish out of their car. It's not good. Like, we don't like it. Someone will flick a bit of rubbish out.
Bit of fruit's okay.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Good for the environment, nature. And then you see someone like flick a cigarette outside.
Yep.
That can start fires, right?
Yep.
Anyway, so this guy in front of me, I'd say he's about 20 metres in front of me while we're on the highway, going 100
Yeah.
kilometres per hour.
Speeding.
Maybe
Going quick.
103, allegedly. And we're flying down, and I see him flick a cigarette out the car, and I'm going, okay, whatever. And then he spits out the car.
Ooh.
A big, like, when people build it up and spits out. And because we're going 100 on the highway, flings out the window straight onto my
That's
dash.
disgusting.
Onto my window.
Did you feel disrespected?
Fuming. The ultimate
Did
disrespect.
it make a big splat?
Yeah. No, you know when a bird shits on your car?
Yeah.
And it like splats on the window?
Were you by yourself?
Yeah.
How'd you feel?
Disrespected,
Yeah,
violated.
emasculated. That's fucked.
So what I've done instantly, he's done it. I've beeped my horn. It was instinct. I was just like, fuck you.
Because you're just
right?
not happy.
Yeah. Then I go left, because he was in the right lane. So, we both were, speed demons. I go into the left lane, build up a bit of speed, and I reckon he's put his foot down and he's gone 180.
180?
To get away from me.
What the
He
So
knew
he's
what he
just-
did.
He's just going.
He knew what he did.
Yeah. As soon as he heard the beep, he's gone, yeah, that spit's hit his window.
And I don't even have any like window washing liquid in my car. So I was like pressing the thing to like let the water
the
come out to
wipers.
spray. Oh, it was a nightmare.
That's disrespectful. That's why you need a few things in the car to throw at other cars when they do something wrong.
See, but the problem
I've
is,
wanted it lately.
if I'm going 100 Ks, right, if I throw it forward, it's just going to go backwards.
True. You need to meet him at the lights.
Or I need to get in front of him and then drop something out the back of the car,
I need a
like
few.
a hammer.
I want a few things in my car to throw because some people are driving like crazy.
Disrespectful.
Lately. It's disrespectful. People pulling out. I had to swerve onto the other side of the road the other day.
Yep.
Missed some oncoming just because this bloke pulled out in like the suburbs, bro. Unbelievable. Didn't even look.
Not looking at you.
Unbelievable. Yeah, I need a few like drinks in there. Like I've said before, Mum's thrown a few drinks at people before and a few things. So maybe I need to take a leaf out of her book. Page out of her book. Leaf out of her book?
It's both, I think. I'd like to see take a leaf out of the tree.
Yeah.
Why not? Why don't we hear that one?
Why don't we? Should bring it in.
Take a tree out of the forest.
That's sad, isn't it?
What else can we take out?
Everything. Take the forest down, build a car park, a shopping centre.
Take a child out of the womb. That's birth.
That is birth.
All right. Bringing people along, Dylan. This is a pet peeve we have. It is a gripe
Happens too
we have.
often.
It's something that we've experienced before where you're talking to a mate, right? And they go, hey, mate, you want to go to the shops? Do you want to go kick the footy? Whatever. And you go, yeah, sick, can't
Sounds
wait.
good.
Right? 20 minutes pass, they arrive, and there's other people with them.
Yeah.
You expect it to be you and your mate, and they've brought their mates.
They've brought someone along or a few people along.
Yes.
And you're just thinking,
well,
why didn't you tell me?
We've had it like we've been going to the shops and someone will pick us up and
Yeah.
then we're like, well, you didn't tell us
The
that
shops,
they're coming.
you go get some food and then there's someone else in the car and you're just thinking, why didn't you mention that
You
were
should have
gonna
just
bring
mentioned
him?
it. If you actually had mentioned it, it would have been all good.
But I think it's because they know that you or, if you're with a few people, don't like that person, but they want to bring him anyway. So they don't tell you.
Yeah.
So you still show up. Because, you can't say no. You walk out the front of your house, there's a car there.
Yeah.
You can't not go in. And it really does sink your heart a little bit.
Yeah.
I feel instantly annoyed. And then you have to hop in the car and be like, hey, man, how's it going? Dap him up. And you're just thinking, why the fuck are you here?
Like your bros, your boys.
Why do people do it? I would never think of doing that.
No.
It's always, do you want to come with me and, you wouldn't just,
No.
we wouldn't just, bring Rog along.
No.
Because people might get that same feeling. Understandable,
The
He's
only
a terrible
time
person.
the only time we ever did that was for the UFC podcast.
Yeah, we did. But he fit in with them.
Rob better than us.
Yeah, Rog fit in well with these UFC.
Because of the Garmin Fit Watch.
And then obviously, as everyone knows, he failed us as a producer.
He did. In the end of that episode, the brilliant TikToks and footage that would have been there vanished. And there's only one person
I wonder
that's
if
at
Jack
fault for
likes
that.
us. Probably not.
I hope so.
I
hope
reckon
so.
he doesn't.
He likes Rog.
He likes Rog. Yeah, I don't reckon he likes us that much.
Yeah. It's all right.
Oh, well. Maybe he loves us.
I liked him.
He's
if
a
that
good
counts
bloke.
for anything.
And he had a good win.
Indeed.
I wonder when his next fight will be.
I'm not sure, but I'm sure he'll win.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm
He
quite
looks like he's on an
confident.
upward trajectory.
Most
Got
definitely.
that leg kick, that weapon.
Would you say he's overrated, underrated, or perfectly rated?
Perfectly rated at the moment.
You reckon?
Yeah.
You think there's enough hype around him, or the good
I
amount?
think it's starting to get there.
Okay.
Maybe slightly under, but it's also, he's had one fight in
Okay.
UFC. So if he can do another one, have a nice win, maybe get a nice finish.
And that's Jack Jenkins, for those who don't know. He's
Check out that episode if you
fighting
want.
out of Melbourne, Australia.
Filmed at the Hyatt.
Hyatt
and
Regency.
He came out and performed.
Wonderful. Overrated, underrated, perfectly rated deal. So we've been advised by our listeners that this could be a potential topic. Now, people can bring things to us. They can send it in through the DMs. We're fine for it to be sent through the DMs.
Yep.
As long as it's not images and whatnot. So, yeah, Dill's got a list here sent in by who?
Jack
Jack. Okay.
Stevenson.
It's Jack Stevenson. All right, so Jack Stevenson sent in this list. We're going to say if they're overrated, underrated, or perfectly rated in our opinion.
These are a few. He said, I'll give you a few to kick it off with. Number 1, Gary Ablett's time at Gold Coast.
I think perfectly rated
I agree.
because I'm pretty sure he won a Brownlow.
He did
at
win a
Gold
Brownlow.
Coast, which
Nearly
is-
got them into the 8.
It's incredible to win a Brownlow at an average team. And he was a star there. He had heaps of the ball. He was an impactful player.
Did that detriment the team though when obviously the injuries came?
Right.
They really had no one else, did they?
Yep.
They thought that he was nearly so good that he could single-handedly drag a team into the 8. He was nearly
there.
That's pretty crazy.
They just needed one other good player.
One other good player. They were at least a bit exciting back then.
Yeah.
They're not really anymore. They haven't been
Last
for a
year they
while.
were.
They were all right,
Well.
yeah. But, it's just Gold Coast, isn't it? Peanut butter on toast. I don't have it. Like,
No, I do.
I don't really have peanut butter on toast.
But what would you say the general consensus of the community is? Is it overrated?
I don't know.
underrated? Because in my opinion, I really like it, but I would just say it's perfectly rated.
Yeah. I've honestly never really... I don't think I've ever had peanut butter on toast. I've had like a peanut butter and jam, jelly.
Okay.
Is it good?
Yeah, it's all right.
Peanut
It's a
butter
bit
on- I just had
bland, but
Vegemite on toast, eh?
Yeah.
Vegemite and butter. I might try it.
I don't like it, and this is a controversial opinion, right? I don't like it when people have multiple spreads on multiple toasts and eat them at the same time.
Oh, so like...
If someone has peanut butter toast and then a Vegemite toast, and they're eating them back to back.
You like them to be the same.
Well, they're different,
same
aren't
toast.
they? There's like a sweet and
You
savour.
like smooth or crunchy peanut butter?
Smooth.
I like crunchy.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I don't mind crunchy. I just prefer smooth.
There you go.
It's more, bro.
Bro, it's attacking you. Did you get it?
I definitely made contact, but I don't know if it was enough for a knockout. So yeah, no, I would say it's perfectly rated. I'm not sure what the general like. My mum really likes it. My dad doesn't have it
Okay.
ever. My sister doesn't really have it, but I have it. I think
Yeah,
it's
I never used to like peanut butter, and now I like it.
Yeah.
So peanut butter itself's grown on me, but I've never really tried it on toast.
Yeah.
So maybe I'll give it a go. See how I feel.
tried it on Willy.
No, I haven't.
No,
You?
neither. No.
No.
You see a lot of movies and stuff. People put it
Cream
on
and
their
peanut butter
Willy,
and chocolate sauce.
and their dog comes and does the job.
Yeah, oh yeah, true.
Yucky,
Evan and
yucky.
Sasha, obviously.
Yeah.
Evan's a big one for that with the peanut butter.
Oh, this fly. Oh, last night the cricket was on, right? Australia versus India, and all of these hawks came onto the field and were swooping players.
Okay, that must be frightening.
And then there's like,
Hawks, are they pretty big, yeah?
yeah, like decent
Yeah.
size, and they're swooping down and they pick up bugs and shit with their feet. So it's like slow-mo shot of them picking up bugs. Scary for the players though. You just wouldn't
Hey,
expect that.
magpie's frightening. Imagine a hawk.
Oh, most definitely. But that's what we're getting swooped by a fly right now, and it's just one.
Terrorizing, bro.
Yeah, most definitely.
The number 2.
It's a very interesting one that's been sent in because I'm not sure about it. Number 2.
I would never wear number 2 as a player.
Okay.
I don't really want to wear a 2.
All right. I'm looking at number 2 and I think, is it better than number 1? No.
Is 2 rated though?
I don't think it is.
I don't feel like it's rated. So like it can't be overrated because it's
No.
not rated. I don't think it's a rated number.
Should it be rated or no? Normally in sports, the lower numbers are better. Let's think about the number 2, right? If you finish in the top 2, that's
Happy.
really good, right? If you're a number 2 in like the AFL, it normally means you're pretty good. Like
Yep.
you're an established player.
Same in soccer. You're like a defender usually
Yep.
in the
But you're in the first team. Yep.
It's not the 7-8.
No, but defenders are key as well. They always
2.
say.
I'm just gonna go perfectly rated.
I'm gonna say it's underrated.
Okay.
Yeah, because I've never worn it personally.
I've never wanted to, bro.
And I've never really liked a player that's worn 2. If you know what I mean.
can't
Like,
even think
my
of-
favourite players have always been like 8, 23, 9,
yeah,
7.
yeah.
Like
those are the jet numbers.
yeah. But no, I'd say underrated personally, but I'm not sure why.
A Sunday sesh with work the next morning. It's like underrated because it's that good. I don't
Yeah.
think some people know how good a Sunday sesh is,
Yeah.
particularly around the rest of the country. When we talk to people from over east, it's not really a thing.
I've got a contradiction to this as well. Like I agree with the underrated. I think in Perth it's perfectly rated.
Yeah.
In Perth it's perfectly rated. In other places in the world it's
I
underrated.
just think it's the best day out. Like
Sometimes
it's so good.
if you write yourself off though and you've got work the next morning, you'll look back and think fun night.
See,
but
lucky
it's
I don't
ruined
work
me.
Monday mornings.
Yeah. But a lot of people do. So
I still think it's a great night out, even if you don't. Like, you don't have to have 20 beers. Just
No.
have 6 and you still have a great night, great weather.
yeah,
It's
fair
just,
enough.
it's by Cottesloe. Mullets.
It's a hard one because they come in and out of fashion.
They do come in there. Obviously, they're very popular in the last 4 years, you know,
I think
including
they're
now.
very divisive though.
Depends on the person, the type of mullet, length,
Yeah.
cut.
Like, I don't have a long one. I've just got a short, my hair's cut like a mullet, but I don't grow it out like crazy. And I personally like it for myself. Some people it doesn't suit. Some people love it. Some people hate it.
I'm just going to perfectly rate it because I feel like it's balanced on every end.
I feel, yeah.
And it just sits in the middle. Light up keyboards.
Oh, overrated.
Yeah.
Overrated.
Yeah.
I mean, a light up keyboard isn't something that I
It's
would
14,
personally use.
13, you know, that's what you do at that age.
14, 13, yeah. Or you're a gamer. Like, if
Oh,
you're
the
if you're
gaming laptops, yeah, and they're very
if you're a
colourful.
PC gamer,
You're playing League of Legends.
lol.
You're looking at the
I
fly.
hate it.
Get some spray.
Yeah,
Get rid of it.
I'm kind of enjoying the battle though.
Ah, okay. This
But-
is like that Breaking Bad episode.
Mm.
This is literally it.
One of, in my opinion, the worst episodes in this series.
Yeah, it was an interesting one, wasn't it? It was hard to get
It's
through. I
just
think
a-
it took me like 3 goes. I did fall asleep.
Shit, man. Like just average mediocrity written all over it.
I wonder what was the... We should look up why they did it. There'd be some
No, there's
reason.
symbolism and whatnot, but oh my god, is that all of the overrated and underrated?
Yeah, that's all of them for today.
All right, I'll give you a few.
Okay, you got a few in your
Yep.
head.
Milkshakes.
Oh, I love a milkshake. I think in this day and age, underrated.
I'm going to agree.
Yeah. I think that historically, you know, take me back to the 60s and 70s.
Oh, milkshake bar.
Milkshake heaven, bro.
Oh.
But I think these days they're underrated. I love a milkshake.
So do I.
Yeah, they're beautiful.
They
when they're
are.
perfectly done, it's just like the sensation in your mouth, the flavor, the feeling is just happiness.
You know what? This is a big take. I think that current day adults, even like a lot of people our age, there's a stigma around the milkshake.
Yeah.
People are like, no, I'm not going to get that because of this, because of this, because of this. Back in the day, everyone's going down, having a milkshake, having a good time.
Put some respect on it.
Sets you up for a lovely evening.
Yeah, I think they're underrated in 2023.
I agree.
Yeah.
Okay. Underrated, overrated. What are we going to think of now? Toast.
Toast. I have my battles with toast. Sometimes I like it in the morning and I have it a lot. Sometimes I don't have it for months.
Remember you had a period where you couldn't cook it properly?
Oh yeah, that took me forever to figure out, bro. It was unbelievable. I finally got there in the end.
I'll say perfectly rated.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because it's one of those, I think it balances out over time. And I think it's reliable.
Kids' meals.
I like them, bro. I get a Happy Meal
love
every
a
now and
kid's
then.
meal.
I get a Happy Meal every now and then.
I despise the fact that adults at a lot of venues are not allowed kids' meals.
Yeah, it's a joke.
You have to be under 12.
Why, bro? Let me order it.
I'm giving you money. Let
Ricky
me.
Gervais does it perfectly in
Yep.
that show Afterlife, and he orders 2 for the kid. I rate it.
Great man, Ricky Gervais.
Yeah, I
Very
would.
inspiring.
Sometimes, like the Happy Meal does make me happy.
Yes.
But sometimes when I'm feeling a little bit sad, I will genuinely get a Happy Meal. And I
Really?
feel better, bro.
It's living up to its name.
I feel better. I get a little toy, little drink, open the box. Are you kidding me?
Amazing.
It's like being a
I'd
kid
hate
again.
it when you're a kid, right? And this is just my personal thing, is when you'd get your Happy Meal toy, I'd always be hoping for, the boy toy. Sometimes they'd give you the girl
Yeah,
toy.
it used to be like you get what you're given. Now they ask you.
Yeah. Yeah. I remember once I got like a little Barbie doll and I had no usage for
The
it.
toys used to be better as well. They used to be proper toys.
Yeah,
You'd be getting
no.
like Hot Wheels and shit in fucking...
Oh.
It was wild, bro.
Now they give you like plastic that you just got to piece together.
Every, like, KFC, Hungry Jacks, they used to give good toys. Now it's,
Do KFC even give toys anymore?
I don't even think they have kids meals.
And they don't have
used to.
Crushers.
Oh, what the? Yeah,
See,
that's
look,
wild.
Crushers are basically a milkshake. Like they're-
Takeaway was better back in the day.
It
and it was
was.
cheaper. It used to be cheap.
Oh,
I remember fucking Hungry Jacks used to always do like, they might still do it. They used to get like Eagles players down.
yeah.
I think in like
No,
2008.
they still do, yeah.
Who, like Ashley Hansen or some shit was there. My brother wanted to go and we went. It was so weird. Oh, wow.
That's quality.
That was at Thornley Hungry Jacks.
Really?
Unbelievable. What a fall from grace for him.
All right, voice messages time.
Judd was probably at like the richest Hungry Jacks in
Yeah, the
WA.
Golden
They're like,
Triangle.
you got to go to off to Thornley, mate.
We hope you're enjoying the Jamo and Dylan show. It's now time to have your stories heard and your questions answered. To be featured on the Poddy, message the boys at Jamo and Dylan on Instagram.
First voice message of the week, and he's got a very, very interesting name. He or
really
she?
does. I don't know.
I'm not sure.
All right.
Right,
He? I think.
we'll go with that.
True boys, just had a quick would you rather. Would you rather every time you spoke you had that white foam at the sides of your mouth,
It
or
was like crawling. I tried to flick it away and it like went in between my fingers. This fly's wild,
That's
bro.
the fly for those who didn't see what just
Holy
happened.
shit.
Dylan's halfway through a voice message and started
Starts crawling on
squirming
me, bro.
around.
Okay, we'll restart this.
True boys, just had a quick would you rather. Would you rather every time you spoke you had that white foam at the sides of your mouth, or every time that you spoke people kind of just stopped listening, kind of never really gave you their full concentration? Sweet, love the Poddy, keep up the good work.
That's crazy, that question.
White foam, which is, we've talked about
It's
it a million
probably one of the
times.
worst things, and some people kind of just get it.
Yeah.
Like, it's kind of
It's
genetic.
part of the, it's genetic. Yeah, it's a genetic disease.
I've experienced it, and it wasn't the happiest day of my life, I'll tell you that.
So white foam around your mouth every time you speak, and
Yep.
you know that's all people are looking at. So they're not really paying attention anyway.
But at least, like, they would get used to it.
That's true.
And then they would listen to you and take you seriously
Or people
after that.
never listen to you properly. I'll probably take that. I don't want the white foam around my mouth.
Yeah, no,
It's
neither.
filth, bro.
I despise it. And that's something that surely can be fixed. You know what I mean?
I feel like it can't.
Just carry a handkerchief around all the time.
I wonder what it's due to. Let's see what Google says.
I swear a lot of, like, babies and kids have it.
Why do people have white foam in the corner?
You know what has white foam in the corner of their mouths? Dogs.
Maybe they're really related. Foaming or frothing at the mouth occurs when excess saliva pools in the mouth or lungs and is mixed with air, creating foam.
Ew.
Unintentional foaming at the mouth is an extremely uncommon symptom and a sign of a serious underlying medical condition that requires emergency medical care.
Wow.
So you're fucked if you have it. Yeah. So there's a lot. Oh, that means you're all like, that means there's real salivary, bro.
Oh, moist, wet.
Oh.
They have a dungeon of moisture.
That's filth. It's actually nasty.
Plethora of mucus. It's not even mucus. It's literally just
air and saliva, bro,
build-up.
mixing.
That's interesting.
Hey boys, just a random thought. When you exhale your breath, if your mouth's like wide open, it's hot. But if your mouth's like in a whistling shape, it's like cold air.
Fact.
That's crazy. That's interesting. That's science there. So in the whistling, so you've got a small hole, almost
Cold
like
air.
a butthole type posture
Is
of your
cold
mouth.
air.
Cold air.
And a big hole is warm air.
Big hole. Warm air. Someone explain that one to us because I have no idea.
It's a mystery of science. I don't think it can be explained.
I don't like doing the warm air one.
Yeah, it's a bit nasty. Feels like there's more germs involved. There probably is.
Oh, most definitely. Yucky.
That's wild.
Yeah.
All right, we've got some. We put a little story up,
We did.
controversial opinions, and we've had a decent response, I'd say.
Yeah, I think it's quite healthy. So we can go through these. I've screenshotted some, so have you.
What's Jared Moore? Winter's better than summer.
Yeah, okay.
Wow.
So his take is that he prefers winter over summer. And I know other people, Brandon, Leah, he's very much that.
Is he a winter man?
Hates summer.
Hates summer.
Now, okay. In Australia, in Perth in particular, summer is extremely hot.
Yeah.
Now, I'm going to not agree with them, but I'm going to say that summer this year was difficult with how warm it was.
Well, I'm just getting over it. I like summer a lot, and I don't
Yeah.
mind winter. So it's not the worst take, but like, it's still hot in March, near the end of March. Yesterday was 37 2 days ago. Yesterday was 32. Today's 30. I'm getting over it now
Yeah.
because it's been from November. We had like nearly 6 months
Yeah.
of summer.
I would go spring. I know it's not part of the question, but I'd prefer spring to those ones. Apart from the hay fever.
Yeah, the hay fever kills. I don't mind a bit of autumn, eh?
Autumn's good.
Nice weather. You get some good holidays like Anzac Day,
Yeah.
Easter. It's a good time
Nah,
of year.
autumn and spring are very good. The extreme of both ends,
Yeah.
winter and summer, is pretty crazy.
And yeah, the winters, because it's so hot, we get cold when it's like 15.
Oh yeah.
Which is, summer for the UK people. So
So yeah,
it's not the worst take.
it's not the
Jared.
worst take, but yeah, in Australia you'd expect it to be summer.
Sleeping in separate rooms, beds from your partner is better than together.
I disagree. I can understand like if you've been with each other for a long time and like you can't sleep well with each other.
Yeah, someone snores or you just need a real good
Yeah.
tight rest. That's fine.
Yeah.
But it can't be good if you sharing separate all the time.
No. I don't.
I wonder
think
if there's
it's-
couples who have full, like married couples, young, and they have proper separate bedrooms in their own house.
Pretty sure Kim and Kanye had separate. Like they would live on either side of the house.
Look how that turned out.
Yeah, not
you
great.
know.
There's your sample.
Haven't heard much about either of them lately.
Nah, I saw Kim Kardashian was on FaceTime with Bukayo Saka
Really?
because they went to the
Interesting.
Arsenal game.
He's really trying to smash, eh?
Maybe, I don't know. Isn't he a child of God?
She's temptation, though.
He's after that Holy Spirit.
Yeah, bro. But, yeah, I don't know about that one.
No, I don't know either. I would probably disagree. Someone said the moon landing did not happen. This is a big conspiracy theory.
Yes, I'd love to get someone on who studies this.
We've talked about it.
Look, I'm not
in the
I'm not
past.
fully convinced it happened.
Yeah. I need to be proven either way. I'm
Yeah.
sort of not swinging.
I can see why people don't believe it.
Yeah.
I honestly can.
Like, it's interesting because my dad's adamant it happened because he saw it on TV.
Yeah.
Not everything is as it seems, though. So, I don't know. It's a hard one. This girl says, wind is worse than rain or snow.
I hate wind.
I don't
Wind
like
annoys me
wind.
more than rain. I agree. I've never seen snow.
You know
in my
what's the
life.
worst?
Hmm?
Windy rain.
Yeah, that cuts you.
Rain in the wind.
Yeah. I agree. Perth's a windy city, so we really do
Very
get it
much
here.
so, yeah.
Wind is annoying. I completely agree.
Yeah. So, would you agree with that?
Wind's worse than rain. Snow, I can't judge. Never
Correct,
seen it. Never
yeah.
touched it.
Me too.
Unfortunately, I'd love to one day. I'm not standing up or giving my seat up for a pregnant person.
And that is from a woman.
Wow. Oh,
Just to let you know, that is from a woman saying she will not stand up or give her seat up for a pregnant person. Very interesting.
So mama comes on the train.
Yep.
9 months pregnant, bursting,
At the
and
seams.
she's not standing up.
Nah.
That's pretty rude.
You know what? So this is what happens. The pregnant woman comes on, like you said, 8-9 months. She's nearly there.
Probably expecting a seat in a way, thinking surely someone will help me out.
Looking a bit sad and worse for wear.
And she's like got a big belly too. Maybe she's having twins.
She looks down at this woman, and this woman goes, "Get fucked."
Probably hates kids too.
Yeah, I reckon she does.
Yeah, I reckon this woman hates kids.
Wow, this is controversial.
Mm.
Homeless people shouldn't be allowed to have dogs. It's borderline animal cruelty. Now, I get there's two perspectives here.
But it's also cruel that we allow there to be homeless people.
Correct.
As a society. So, like,
That's good.
I feel like it's a bit of a, I don't know.
I
It
understand.
sounds like they're caring about the dog more than the person.
Mm.
Or they're not even caring about them on the same level.
No.
You help the
they-
homeless person and you can help the dog. And that's his best friend.
Yeah,
I don't know. It's tough, bro. I do see where they're coming from, but I also think it's a bigger issue.
If you help the homeless person find a home or shelter, in return, the dog will get that too. So if you fix the homeless person issue, then
because that
we'll
dog
see.
might be the only thing that homeless person has.
That's the thing. The dog is that for a
Yeah.
lot of homeless
the
people.
best friend, bro.
The person, the thing that they can rely on to always be there, wagging
And
their tail,
the dog
giving
loves
them
the
hope.
person.
Yes. The thing the dog probably doesn't like is lack of food and shelter, which is where the issue for this
Eating out the bin with his owner.
again, this girl comes into
These ladies today, bro, coming out ready to go,
yeah,
firing.
opinionated. Avocado is
Oh,
overrated.
bro, this is crazy.
Yeah, we're
That's
not.
some of the ones that are sent in are like, I think it's bait, and they're like, let's see
Yeah,
if we
no.
can get them cancelled.
But I reckon some of them are just real. Like they genuinely
yeah.
just think that.
Avocado's overrated.
I would agree. I think
I don't have it. I have it some like I've grown to not like I don't mind it, but it's overrated. I don't see it up there as the pinnacle of like vegetables,
Yeah.
and I also don't think I think it's overpriced too.
I agree.
They're expensive.
I'm not the healthiest eater by any means, and I know avocado is quite good for you.
It is good for
It
you.
just has a very lack of taste, like a very bland type taste, in my opinion. And yeah, I would say personally it's overrated. It's used for a lot of things, and at its price, you need to find something more cost effective.
Fillet of fish is elite. I've never had it.
I've never had it.
I've never had it.
I've never had it.
I don't know why I've never tried it in my whole life.
To be honest, I haven't had many fish burgers in my life at all.
I've only had a couple.
Okay.
They've been all right.
You and I love a fish and chips. Like,
Oh boy. Tell me about it, man.
I remember we had one on my birthday a couple of years back at CBH. That was good.
delicious.
Might have been
Yeah.
last year. No,
I think it was like
2 years.
2021.
Yeah, 2021
Yeah.
December. Yeah, that would be right.
Nah, that was good. That was good. AFL doesn't feel the same anymore. All the rules have made it too slow and boring.
Now, if you watch the Collingwood game in round
I don't
one,
agree.
you
I
would
think
disagree.
the sport's the best it's ever been. I agree. Some of the rules are annoying. I don't like the way deliberate's interpreted because a bloke can be getting tackled, pop it on the boot, it bounces at a 90-degree angle and goes out. There's obviously always controversy with rules, but I feel like the game's the best it's been.
It's in a good
the pace, the skill level's insane. Like looking back, obviously you get that. I forgot the word, but when you look back on things, you get that feeling like, I was
it's like
back in the day.
nostalgia effects. Nostalgia affects it.
But I feel like the game's really good.
I think the game's in a pretty good spot. Like you said, there's a couple of things that could be better. One that is still annoying me is the man on the mark not being able to move at all.
Yeah.
Because let's say you're taking a shot. So the man on the mark's 50 metres out.
And they don't call play on quick enough for people coming off the mark either.
No. So, and there's no one standing behind the player when they're taking a shot to like judge that. So like if the man on the mark is 50 out and a guy's taking a set shot, he can run to the 50-metre line on an arc.
And he doesn't get called play on until pretty much
A
when
few
he kicks,
steps
which
out
is,
of the line, yeah.
It's not fair. They have been a little bit better with players faking a handball.
Yeah,
They're
that
letting
rule,
that
yeah,
go,
got
which is good
changed.
because it's not fair that you should be able to fake going off the mark.
Yeah.
But I do think they either need to change it and let you go lateral or call play on as soon as they come off the line because it's kind of not fair for defenders. And the game's already difficult on
Oh,
defense.
definitely.
Being
Especially
a
with an
defender
extra
in AFL, bro.
with an extra umpire specifically watching for those holds
Yeah,
and jumper
yep.
grabs and stuff.
Yep.
But no, like the AFL has been off to a flyer in our opinion. Any more good ones?
Oh, completely, bro. Society's gone too soft.
This is similar to the wind one.
Generalization, generalization.
Everyone pretends that they don't hate wind, so they pretend they like the beach. So this guy doesn't like the beach because there's too much wind.
I agree that if you go to the beach at the wrong time, there's too much wind.
Correct.
Even on it can be 35 degrees and you go to the beach and it's windy in Perth. That's why if you go a bit earlier in the day, it's a lot better. The wind's not there and the beach is nice when it's not windy. When it's windy, I don't like it. Completely agree.
Yeah. This guy says he prefers cuddles over sex. I love cuddles.
I don't
Maybe not
prefer
above
it.
that though,
Nah.
no. A close second.
Yeah, but I think, maybe should we give him, Jack prefers that. So maybe the ladies,
a lot of
will
Jacks
cuddle
today.
her.
This one's a bit outrageous from Travis. He says danger wanks, which is wanking while driving, shouldn't be illegal.
Yeah, I'm going to have to say that should probably be illegal. I'm happy with it being on the no-go list. Just popping one out at the lights or something.
Wait, you're happy with it being...
On it's not allowed.
Yeah,
I'm
no,
happy
I
with it
agree.
staying illegal, yeah,
I
for
agree.
sure.
Imagine you're sitting at the lights, you turn left and you're looking, and he's just... That's disgusting.
Yeah, not for me.
No one has that good tint on their cars.
Not for me.
And he is probably someone that does it frequently, which is strange and odd. Very odd indeed. We'll get more of these sent in for next week.
Yeah, they were not too bad. Have you watched the MH370 documentary?
Yes.
What do you reckon?
Have you watched it all?
Yeah, I finished it yesterday.
Very interesting. There was one guy who was just chatting shit. The white guy from New York, and he was like, he made up.
The Russian, I completely don't agree with that story. I think
He
that's
made
fake.
up. No, he even said, I just made it up to get clicks and whatever.
That one for me, they shouldn't have even wasted an ep on it because it felt like that typical in the American movies, Russia's always the bad guy. It was like a movie plot. I don't believe that one. Do I think the pilot did it? I'm not too sure.
I'm actually not convinced that it was the pilot.
I don't think so. I think that lady who saw the debris in the South China Sea, they had oil workers saying that he saw an explosion, other pilots saying they saw debris and they didn't check it. Something weird happened with that
just
plane.
where did it go?
I don't really buy that no one could find it. Then this dude shows up at a random beach in Africa and finds all this debris.
The adventurer? Bro.
What?
He's just rocking up to... he's finding random shit and saying, yeah, it was from the plane. He's finding just pieces of scrap metal on beaches.
In Africa, bro.
Yeah.
That's wild.
No.
No one could find it and he goes...
He was good value because he was funny because...
They obviously added these people in to get to 3 eps.
Yeah.
Netflix have gone, we need 3 from this series, lads.
Yeah.
I reckon something happened.
The flight path shit, the fact it changed a complete different angle is ridiculous.
I'm just not buying it. I think it's where, the debris and everyone saw it. They gave up on that area pretty quick. I don't know what happened. I don't know why it went down. We'll probably never know. Maybe aliens took it.
There was actually a few people that said America knows things.
Yeah, so maybe they do. I was talking to Zach Denholm about it. He doesn't think America shot it down.
Yeah.
Because he was like, there's probably cargo all the time that's getting taken that is precious. I don't know, man.
It gave me, when they were floating that idea around, I could see how it would work.
Same, yeah. I think maybe that did happen accidentally.
Yeah.
Or maybe there is some malicious intent. I don't know.
Was it a French woman? She was saying that she was a little bit wishy-washy as well. The journalists were just making shit up.
They were talking to that guy who was in the Secret Service.
Yeah.
I feel bad for the families though. That's heartbreaking, bro. To never actually know, because you can't really move on if you don't know. Because
the grieving process.
There'd be 10% of you that's nah, they're still there. You can't move on if you don't actually know what's happened. And a plane, I don't think it's believable that a plane can just go missing without anyone knowing. It's impossible.
Completely disappear.
It couldn't have gone over countries. And then they said it couldn't have gone through 7 airspaces and no one track it properly.
Yeah.
It's unheard of.
But the 7 airspaces, was if it did that route where it comes back and goes down. And then the depth of the ocean, people don't realize how deep it can be. They were saying that it can be kilometers deep. Imagine not many things can go that deep.
How are you going to get there? Felt bad for that Australian bloke who was like searching for it and he was like crying near the end. I was
Yeah,
like, damn,
yeah.
this is hurting him, bro. Like he wants to find it for them.
Wasn't there a piece found off the coast of WA that was like virtually
know, eh?
identical? Let me have a quick look.
I don't know why they can't identify like, and then that piece showed up without the ID plate on it. Convenient in Africa.
This is a random fisherman from Madagascar found something. Okay.
Is there any modern updates about it?
Like, we're talking
Like if we just type in MH370, like what's in the news? Is there an article?
MH370
Update. Yeah, 2023, 2022 I'll take. Because it's obviously relevant now because of the little Netflix.
Let's open that one.
They should keep searching for it though. You can't just give up on like 200 plus people and be like, too bad.
Yeah, and I found
know.
it crazy that the Malaysian government and the airline would come out and just say, yeah, this happened.
Yeah.
And they would just jump to conclusions
Even
without
when,
knowing
like,
anything.
The official report, they're like, we can't really pinpoint it.
Yeah. Okay.
Ooh, technology firm says there's new evidence for MH370.
It's been 9 years.
Bro, that's wild. Next year's 10 years.
Mm-hmm.
A decade.
Yeah, I even feel bad for like the...
There was a West Australian who was on the plane.
Oh,
That
really?
dude.
Ocean Infinite. Yeah, look.
Australians, French, Americans.
No, there's so many people. And
It's
like,
unbelievable.
just the fact that there was nothing really found. Like there was little bits and pieces, but there was nothing.
No concrete evidence.
no.
No, like, it didn't even seem like there was something that was 75% there, to be honest. Like, it was wishy-washy.
But yeah, no, it was a really sad thing. And the flight was going from Malaysia to Beijing in China, which is where the Chinese Ocean thing is more
South China
plausible.
Sea, I don't know.
But
I'd just be surprised at flying 6 hours nowhere and no one going, this plane's going, like flying to Antarctica. Like,
and this whole thing about like the running out of the fuel and like a suicide, like
I don't reckon the pilot did it, and they all seem so certain that like he wouldn't have.
One of the only reasons as to why they suggested that
Why would you fly
it
6
went
hours to crash the plane?
south, right? It went like down into the middle of the ocean where nothing can be found. He did that on a flight simulator once. That was the only reason.
Then they said that it looked like it was manually changed or something.
Yeah.
So that just seems like, it doesn't seem right. There's some...
And then some of the evidence from like the people in London or whatever.
Yeah, in Marsat.
Yeah, but that seemed like it could have been
Yeah.
tampered with. The whole thing is weird.
Zach was saying to me, he goes, it's the crazy thing is that there's people who know 100% what happened and we'll probably never know. Like there's at least one person on Earth who knows what happened to that plane.
See, I think that too. And then there's also another like part of my brain that's thinking, well, how hasn't that got out at all?
I don't know, bro.
And how would they know what happened?
There's got to be some sort of cover-up happening. Because how can a plane go missing?
But like what gain is there for the
I
cover-up?
don't know.
The one thing I did find a bit interesting, I know like you and I are pretty set on it wasn't Russia, but the fact that Russia blew up one of their other planes after.
Well, and there was that they invaded Crimea and then all of a sudden the plane crashes and kind of takes away the media coverage. I don't know. Stuff like that I think is real. It seems like when something happens, something else happens and our attention's diverted. I don't know, bro.
But then I'm thinking like what was the correlation between, like what was the beef between Malaysia as an airline and Russia?
I don't know, man. There's so much going on.
And I think they were flying over their airspace, so they were just like, yeah, get out. Bang.
We're just uninformed, misinformed. We don't really know both.
All of this information could be propaganda.
We don't know
the
the
Netflix
truth, bro.
series could be funded by people who know and are trying to just completely mess with our heads more.
We don't know.
It's almost like you get close, you find like a few pieces, and then you get too close where they say, oh, no, we're going to mess with your heads now, so you're not going to know. There's a few things like this, like when you think of the Madeleine McCann story, no one fully knows.
No, we'll never know.
No one knows about this plane. There's so many things like this. And it's sad. Like you were saying, it was really, really sad finding out about that stuff.
It is, bro.
I was listening to List Cloggers. It was a great episode from them. They're doing really well. And it was funny, Dan Gorringe brought up a movie that he's recently watched, and I've recently watched it as well.
Yeah.
Called Mine. And did I tell
haven't
you about
watched
it? I might. Oh, who did I tell? Maybe it was people at work. And it is a war. It's like two soldiers, and they're walking through. I'm not sure exactly what country. I'm just going to take a punt and say like a Saudi Arabia, Afghanistan type. And they're walking through on a mission. They don't have much food or water, and then they enter a mine site. But they're
in the army.
Yeah, but there's only two of them, right? And then this is a spoiler for those who don't want to hear it. Click off now. But it was like a 4 out of 10 movie anyway. His mate, his fellow soldier, stepped on a mine and his legs got blown off, right?
Ooh.
As this happened, the main character stepped on something and heard it click. So he's thinking, if I take another step...
It's going to blow.
Exactly, right?
What's happened to his mate? Dead?
Alive,
On the floor.
with his legs completely gone, right? And
next to him? Like close?
10 meters away. But he's screaming out to him, and this guy's saying, I can't, I'm sorry, I can't help you, I'm going to die as well. It was like quite confronting, to be honest. And then he's saying, you need to reach your radio, and his backpack was just slightly too far out of his reach, and then he finally gets there, and then he couldn't talk properly, and he couldn't press down the button hard enough to get through to his other people. Anyway, so this poor bloke, so he eventually dies. No, sorry,
Bleeds out?
He grabbed his backpack, grabbed the gun, and shot himself in the head because he wasn't going to make it.
And he didn't want to bleed out.
The pain would have been too much.
Yeah. That's fair.
And he was talking
Did he throw
about
the backpack over to his
wife
mate?
and kid and stuff as well. No, so he ended up reaching the backpack, and there's like this painkiller thing, like a drug, almost like
morphine or something.
And he stabbed his leg once, and then he just kept stabbing it so he wouldn't feel anything, but it was really full on. Anyway, so this poor bloke has to stand there. There's dead mates there. Wolves come in the night time and are attacking him. He's getting bitten. Then he starts hallucinating. He's got no water. Someone from the local village came up to him and was talking to him, and he'd come back every day and sort of just like try and... Because there's nothing he can do, really. Like, he stands there until the army comes to save him, right? The army said, it'll be like 40 hours or something. And he can't move.
40 hours?
Then there was delays. There was sandstorms. So it got pushed out to 52 hours he had to wait. And he's hallucinating, and like he was having nightmares, and he was basically just dying, and you're watching him die. And then right at the end of the movie, I'm thinking,
Is it based on a true story or just
no,
made up?
it's inspired on like true events, but it
so
wasn't
taken a bit from...
It was actually the person who wrote the story when she was 20 years old. She's not in the war. It's just like she related it to the war. When she was 20 years old, she was attacked by her ex-boyfriend and like left in the wilderness to die. She was either shot or stabbed. I think she might have been stabbed and left in the wilderness until people found her. So then they just made it similar, but like in a war sense.
Okay.
Anyway, so we get to the end of the movie, and the main character's standing there, and he stepped on this mine. And then he had all these voices in his head, the guy that just died, the man from the village who's come up to him, his girlfriend, and they're all just saying, "No, just step off it. Just it's done. Like, just step off." The army hadn't come yet. He saw some cars off in the distance, but he thought it was like a mirage, so he doesn't know what's happening. And then he just takes a step off. Nothing happens. And he's so sick and unwell, and he's like, rummaging through the sand, and it was a can. He was stood on a can the whole time when he thought it was a landmine. And he went through all of this trauma, and he was getting attacked
What was he
by
thinking?
wolves. And that movie ended, so I'd fucked if I know. Like, it was the worst ending to a movie I've probably ever seen.
On a can, bro.
Awful. He was on a can, rusty old can in the desert. All of that story for that. A shambles of an ending. A disgrace of a movie. 4 out of 10.
That's sick.
Even IMDb gave it like a 5.4 out of 10, which
Who
is
else
low.
has watched it? Did you say Zach?
No, Dan Gorringe.
Oh, did he like it or not?
Nah, hated it.
Oh.
He said the same thing. The ending was awful.
Was he laughing?
Yeah. I'll play it after this.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was just like, I wasted 120 minutes of my life or whatever.
Rusty old can.
Rusty old can. I'll show you the trailer and you can get a sense. Like, it was very
Yeah, I have
full
seen
on,
it
like-
advertised. This wasn't on my to-do list. I finished the golf thing last night.
Yeah, no,
Full
it was
swing
good.
or whatever.
We recommend that to any
Yeah,
people
it's
that
a
like
good one.
sport.
Rory McIlroy.
Wants
Can't
me to
get it
get into
done.
golf, hey? Like,
Yeah.
just play a bit more. We'll just play in general, really. I say a bit more. We barely go.
Yeah.
We would go if Josh would come with us.
Josh won't play, and it just breaks my heart
It
every
does break
time.
my heart.
I don't know what his issue is, eh?
No. He can't.
Brandon
even-
might come for it. Maybe we'll just go with Brandon.
Imagine if he gets good.
Who? Brandon.
Mm-hmm. Jared, Zach, Dalton.
Jared would come for a hit. They probably all would.
Yeah, we could get them all along to a golf day. It would
Yeah.
take so long, though. I wish we had a
Yeah.
course to ourselves because I get like
Little
stressed
private.
when there's people right.
Same. I get
on our tail.
self-conscious and shit, and I just think, oh, they're like pros. Look at them.
Yeah.
They're probably thinking, look at these dickheads taking up all the space.
And like, yeah, even the good thing about you and I is that we work part time, so we've got time during weekdays to go, which is when
Yeah.
it's less busy. But there's just always old blokes there, and they always take it so seriously.
yeah.
Just loosen up
They
a
were
bit.
like putting, and I hit from the. I remember once they were putting, and I hit from like the start of the
tee,
hole, and remember they got angry.
Mm.
They're like, you're not meant to hit, and I'm thinking like,
Yeah,
bro,
but
I'm not gonna fucking hit at
you know-
200 meters.
Yeah.
Like, I know that it's going 60 meters max. Like, relax. Come on, bro. Didn't even go near him.
No.
If I could hit you, I would be aiming for you. I
Yeah,
wish I
I
could.
remember-
I wish I had the skill.
I remember when I was in Sydney playing with my cousins because my uncle, good golfer, and my cousins were pretty handy because obviously their dad played golf,
so
right?
they got that swing.
But I was rubbish. But I could hit the ball a long way when I was younger, and I hit the ball into someone else's buggy, and it hit their buggy.
Not
and
happy?
bro. They get their fist up and they go, "Hey, hey!" Just typical old man. Like, put some music over it. They're in a nightclub,
Yeah.
but yeah. Anyway, that'll do for this week. We hope you enjoyed it. That's episode 176. Be sure to subscribe to YouTube. Who's Punching will be recorded
Yep.
straight after this.
New series. Well,
Indeed. Big day for us.
new video. Yeah, it is a big day, mate.
And then a bit of footy tonight, which we love. Anyway, have a good week, everyone. We hope you enjoyed this episode and didn't get too sad about Who's Punching being gone.
But it's its own thing, so
It
you're not
is.
missing out on anything,
It
really.
is. You're getting more, actually.
Yeah.
Big love. We'll see you next week.